All right, I am at Zoho Days 2024, and I'm joined by LSP from Zoho. He is the Chief Evangelist for Zoho Business Intelligence and Analytics. Um, Hello, LSP.
Thank you. Hi, Leland. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Um, let's start this off. Can you tell us a little bit about what business intelligence is?
It's a very fancy term to do something very simple, actually. It's all about analyzing data that you have in your business. And I would call it part art and part science. The science part is where you uh, apply computational techniques, statistical methods to analyze the data, and then it's going to give you some results in a very visual way. And then the art part is, what do I do with this visualization? What do I do with this data or the insight that the system is giving me? What decision should I take or not take? And that tends to be an art side of it.
Oh, that's very interesting. So, from a small business perspective, why do small business owners need business intelligence?
It is a very interesting and a very good question, Lalan. First off, because we, especially small businesses, are in a very competitive landscape. They're competing with bigger, larger companies as they try to bring their service or product into being. They really need to have a lot of information so that they have a competitive advantage. And you cannot run business with gut feel. You may have a great product, but then there might be certain challenges about, hey, am I shipping it the right way? Am I spending the right amount of money to get it from point A to point B? So what's my cash flow? So there's so many other things that really come into play when you want to optimize your business, manage your cash flows, and compete in the market. You need to analyze data. Business intelligence is the technique using which you can optimize all of these aspects of your business and as an organization be an insights driven company. Insights will drive you faster to actions, and then these actions will have immediate impact on the way your business runs. So clearly that's the reason why businesses have to be insights driven. For example, let's say you're trying to understand what kind of, let's say you're running a e-commerce company. You want to understand what is the propensity of someone who's coming to your website, or the propensity of a website visitor to convert into a buying customer, or making them get to the right products that they're looking for or the right pages that they're looking for and make them buy things from you, right? So you really have all this information being tracked as a part of the applications that you're using, because any small business today on an average uses anywhere between 20 to 30 business applications, SaaS applications. So there is data that is being sunk into each of these different applications that you have. When mined the proper way, when analyzed the right way, it's going to give you insights based on which you can run a effective and more optimized organization.
Awesome. Well, that would be very useful to small businesses, but where can they get this kind of information?
Okay. Like I said in my earlier response, just about any small business today uses anywhere between 20 to 40 business applications, be it to manage your contacts, be it to run support, the information that you have regarding your finances, and so on and so forth. All of these are in different business applications. So that is the first starting point. These are all internal data sources that you have. This is information that you have created as a part of the transactions that you've had with your customers, or based on some of the campaigns, let's say marketing campaigns that you have run, and so on. So this information is available, and tools like Zoho Analytics have connectors to these business applications, and it can just automatically inhale the data, create the analytical models, and give you the reports and dashboards to have a quick start to the whole business intelligence process. Not just that, any business today also puts out their social profile, be it on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms such as Instagram and so on. So based on the engagements that you have, that is also an external data sources, but this is pertaining to your business. You can get the engagement information, who's following you, at what time should you put a post, because you want to understand the engagement that is happening on the content that you put out. So you can make use of that data source as well and analyze and make use of that information as a part of your BI practice. So those are the two starting points, I would say.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to data, and there's going to be a myriad of it, how much of it is going to be kind of like automatically drawn into a tool such as Zoho Analytics, and how much of it is going to possibly need to be manually either ported over or entered in?
Great question. So when it comes to business applications, the SaaS applications that any small business would use today, they already expose APIs, and we have default connectors to those applications. And even if you don't have, it's easy to create a link to those applications and bring the data in. But a lot of small companies also tend to have a lot of information on Excel and files and so on. So that data source, again, it's become easier these days. You can actually take those Excel files where you have the data about your business and port them onto a online system such as, let's say, a Box or Microsoft OneDrive or Zoho WorkDrive and so on. So what happens is when you put them onto those online data repositories, the systems can automatically sync. So even as you update the information in real time, the data goes back to the analytics data warehouse, and then it uses that information to analyze the data. So when it comes to modeling, there are some default models and that are automatically created based on which reports and dashboards are created. But then there are also easy to use drag and drop interfaces. And most importantly, we're using a lot of generative AI capabilities where users can interact with the data using natural language and get whatever insight they want. For example, you could go inside the application and say something like, show me the sales trend for the last year, and then forecast my pipeline for the next 3 months. So, such a simple question is turned into a visual where it shows you the trend over the last year, and then based on that trend analysis, it also is going to give you a forecast of what your sales pipeline will look like or what your revenue will look like 3 months from now.
Awesome. Well, that would be very interesting, very useful to small business owners. Small business owners, usually they're the ones running the show.
That is correct.
They're doing the job, and so being able to spend as little time as possible delving into data, what kind of time-saving opportunities would a small business owner have using something like Zoho Analytics?
So one thing is, when it comes to the whole default application integrations and everything that is in the product, it basically, all that you need to do is authenticate with the SaaS application. Let's say you're bringing in data from MailChimp for analysis. We have a MailChimp connector. It connects to the MailChimp system, brings the data over, automatically creates reports and dashboards about campaigns that have had the best open rate, the least open rate, and all these things are done out of the box. So literally within minutes, you have those analytics in front of you. And now if you want to go further, AI is basically taking a whole lot of load away from business owners to try and go and use drag and drop interfaces to create it or create models for further analysis. AI is doing all these things, and we are leveraging, if you saw the theme of what we were doing, we talked about contextual intelligence. So we have the business application information in the system, and then we have the context. We create the context because we have AI that understands the business data and then gives you contextual information about your business. It gives you a tremendous amount of time saving because it's contextual and very practical ways of applying AI to help businesses to get to insights as quickly as possible. It's just not insights. There is also explanation of what's happening. Using AI, we also explain what's happening in a visual, so bubbling up insights even faster. You just don't have to look at a chart and try to analyze what's happening. There is something called Zia Insights, which is again an AI capability, which narrates what's happening within the chart, summarizes all the information, and gets you to those, bottlenecks or problem points, or to those insights that you want to get to as quickly as possible.
Awesome. Well, this sounds like a really good opportunity for small business owners to be able to learn a little bit more about their business, be able to run it more efficiently, be able to get a little bit more out of it, where would be a good place to start for them to get into analytics? What's a good location? What's a good resource?
So just going up to www.zoho.com/analytics, just sign up. I mean, we give a trial license for enterprise version of our software. They can just take a look at all the default integrations we have. We also have gallery of the pre-existing reports and dashboards that they can go and take a look at and see if that is something that they want to work with. So Zoho Analytics Gallery, if you look it up on Google, it's going to show up. It shows all the connectors that we have integrations with sample data, with the visuals that are interactive. You can interact with the data and so on. Kind of test drive the system, and then that's a good starting place. And then just about every product from Zoho, not just Zoho Analytics, has a freemium plan. It's a lifetime free plan. It does have its limitations in terms of the amount of data you can process, so on and so forth. But for someone who has gone past the trial edition, if they need more time, they can reach out to support for extension, or they can just go to the freemium plan and play around. And when they feel confident to, go ahead to the next step, then they can go and sign up for the full-blown paid service.
Well, that sounds great. Well, thank you for talking with me about business intelligence. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Len. Thank you for having me once again.
All right, thank you.